Number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah. I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah. I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah. That's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that split, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond cross, but still ain't paid my dues. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah. I buy like 23.
Tonight, from Soldier Field in Chicago, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Chicago Bears taking on the New York Jets.
Soldier Field opened back in 1924 with the Bears becoming 10-71, and what a home field advantage it has become here in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
They completed the screen, but one of the things you worry about is can the quarterback get rid of the ball before he's actually tackled. So your offensive linemen have to hold up the rushers a little bit because you want to make sure you keep your guy's jersey clean throughout the game.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
The tackle made at the 30.
A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 16 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football. give it to him early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Of 2 yards.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing
pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately. I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
Holding, receiving team.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
First down.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Here's Mostert. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
The ball carrier.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 29, Jackson. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards there and a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but it's going to be 2nd down.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
This is Mostert. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, first down. I really enjoy watching Lamar Jackson run those RPOs, Charles, but I'll tell you what, it's tough calling play-by-play because you don't know whether he handed it off or kept it.
Makes you focus, doesn't it? You've got to try and stay with it, and even when we do, we often can get it wrong because our eyes naturally go to him because he creates big plays. But if you're a runner and you're playing with Lamar Jackson, aren't you happy? He creates so much concentration on him, it should open up things for you.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Chase Young. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Hey, baby, this ain't...
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Eluding the pressure right. That's complete right around the 8. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Well, he was trying to make something happen there outside of the pocket, but ultimately what did happen was a loss of yardage.
Yeah, he held on to it for a long time, didn't he? As you talked about, trying to make something happen, hoping something would come open, but it didn't. Ends up shoveling it off, ends up going for negative play.
A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down.
Some good, strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness. Just about got him into the end zone.
About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal.
Now it's Jackson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. DK Metcalf. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead.
An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Will Lutz lining up for the point after.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count.
Kick is good.
And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago.
To kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Back on the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And they'll begin by running the option.
He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
Well, you know, most quarterbacks, when you talk about their big playability, you talk about the arm, but this, an absolutely huge play with a leg.
And also with his mind, because he had to see this play develop in order to make the decision to keep it and run. And how about him looking up and seeing the seas part for him once he got past the line of scrimmage? My first thought, I think he can go all the way, and I'm trying not to take over. Your call of this play, partner.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Lamar Jackson sacked. Fumble on the play. Recovered by the offense.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Jets, nothing.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That one complete to Hill. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first.
To score, Bears 7, Jets 3.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball
leader, right?
to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Buying time to his left. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up?
And that's caught inside the 30. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit them with a big one.
The defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Play action. Now Jackson. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. And that touchdown drive happened very, very quickly. You knew that they had the quick strike ability. They showed it.
And for a defense that understands that, it still drives them crazy when it actually happens to them. Fast and furious, there came the points.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the end result is a Bears touchdown.
Set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A quick slant to Hill. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
New York.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And now it's second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
A very good punt, but a 16-yard return.
And the Bears take over. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now Mostert. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give him 3 yards there on the 1st down pickup.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Bears are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
They'll run with Mostert, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 4th touchdown on the year, and the Bears will add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it's 21-3.
The kick is
a drive that time of 6 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert.
set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. Well, September sure treated him kindly. Now we flip over to October. Any reason to think that those numbers drop, or can he keep the pace up?
Well, he can keep the pace up, but it's going to get a lot more difficult now. To me, it's a lot like baseball, all right? When guys, when they first hit the league, whether it's a pitcher or a hitter, and they go through the league the first time and they're hot, they're going, wow, what a phenom. Then they get tape on them, they get scouting reports, they start to do different things. Let's see if he's going to adapt and expand his game in order to keep up that type of production.
That's a good call because he's a known entity. See how they defend him going forward. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They'll look to throw now on first down. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This is taken at the 18. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll head down to our left. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half.
Michael Dixon.
Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
49-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Jackson, staying on his feet. Flush to his right. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a second down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Jackson will throw again. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. DK Metcalf with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as the Bears push further out in front.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
This will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And boy, Charles, they have to find a way to just get him some time to breathe back there. He's been pressured throughout this game.
And I'll bet in his mind he's thinking the focus shouldn't be on how many times I've gone down. It's where is it happening? Where are the breakdowns up front? He'll never say it publicly because good leaders don't do that. But they've got to figure out what's happening in the offensive line to keep people away from him so he actually has a chance to throw the football, because so far that has not been the case.
5 full sacks against him.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
The quarterback.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He'll find Metcalf. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
To throw is Jackson. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
That's good.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got him on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Jackson sacked.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 14 on that one, and a first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Handoff comes to Chubb. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll run with Chubb. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a gain of 1 yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. New York. George Kittle, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit.
You get down near the goal line, this This is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
10.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. A gain of 6 there on first.
Will Fuller. It's a pickup of
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On second down, Love. And he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And the Bears are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bears will extend their lead. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie. the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Bud Dupree in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, Mike, 58, right there.
Now this throw caught left side. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
But it's third down.
Gets this one to Hill. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him, and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, he'll drop to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Back to throw again. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Bud Dupree, his 2nd sack of the night. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for Chicago, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Minnesota Vikings come to town. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.